The man who works in Starbucks, who's sad all the time, you won't reply to him. Neither will any other female. So for women to come along and pretend they give a fuck about the fact that most men are basically invisible. There is not a female on the planet who's invisible today. You can be a 4, overweight, fat, you'll still go to the club and get attention. 99% of the men go to the club and nobody even fucking talks to them. If they try and talk to a girl, they get blanked and ignored and told to Most men are absolutely and utterly invisible. Most men don't even fucking exist. They send 10,000 DMs and never even get read, let alone replied to. If a guy who wanted to have days off all the time, he never would have got important enough in the first place to attract a woman like you. And that is the reality. As a man, it's player versus player. It's ultimately competitive. And as a man, you have to outcompete the other men who are prepared to get up and do it anyway. That's how it works. There's no such thing as saying, I'm sad, I need 2 weeks off. Not as a man if you want to be important. Maybe as a chick, you can always put more foundation on and be hot again. Great. Not as a man. You want to be important as a man, you have shit to do.
Tate is actually a nice guy.
What kind of man do you want to be?
I want to be a man who lives true to himself, and a man who goes to sleep easy at night, and a man who knows that he's living true to his biological necessities and instincts, and tries his best not to hurt anybody, and leaves a positive impact on the world.
Are your actions congruent with your words?
Yeah, I'm a positive man. I'm a positively inspirational and motivating person.
A lot of things that he says is a bit crazy and out there, but it's so easy for the internet to take a clip from something and run with their own narrative and their own hidden agenda with it. Yeah. And I feel obviously, as a woman, some things I saw were triggering. I don't know why I'm chatting on this.
Why did so many people go after Andrew Tate?
It's because he's literally the anti-woke. He's saying nobody's coming to save you. Forget that 9 to 5. You need to save yourself. You don't need antidepressants. Let me teach you how to fight depression by yourself. What does that do? Puts the pharmaceutical companies out of work. He's literally empowering men to save themselves. If you have weak men, society crumbles. If you have strong women, it doesn't really matter. It's the men that matter. So if you have strong men, then society can flourish in every different way. The powers that be don't want us flourishing because less control.
What do you think is the optimum age for like strength?
I don't know, because I see some people can peak like when they're in their mid-30s.
Yeah.
It depends a lot on genetics, their lifestyle. I think it's definitely harder for me to try and keep up with the physique which I had a couple of years ago, but I still believe like to have like a fully matured physique in terms of muscle mass, you're probably looking like early to mid-30s. I think after that kind of tapers off a little bit.
You know what else is similar to? My father was one of the best chess players in the world. And chess grandmasters are at their peak in their early 30s. And as they get older, they lose their skill at chess. Their cognitive ability declines. Yeah, you can't be a chess world master at 50. Your brain simply can't do it the same. Your body, and also they burn like 1,000 calories an hour or something when they're playing chess because their brain's like going crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. Oh, right. Yeah, it's nuts. So yeah, there's a limit in chess as well. I was in Miami 4 in the morning, right? I just had these 2 Russian chicks in this club, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, finished these chicks in their apartment. I come down and I'm waiting for my Uber. So I'm outside the apartment in Miami and it's 4 in the morning and this car rolls up. It must have been like a 1996 Toyota Altima, like some old bus-up car. Rolls up. And these 2 guys look at me and go, yo! I'm like, what? Is this number 88? I said, bro, don't know. He goes, you don't know where you are? I said, bro, I don't know. Then he turns around and reaches to the back seat. And it's like the night. And I was like, I'm fucked. Because in Romania, I carry, right? So instinctually, I went, I'm fucked. And got a gun. Shit. There's nowhere to hide here. There's nowhere to hide here. It's just an open fucking sidewalk. There's nothing but just me and bullets, right? Reaches to the back seat. And for a second, I don't believe in panic because I'm a professional. But I analyze the situation, right? I have no weapon. He's inside of a car. Fists ain't going to do much. I have nowhere to hide. I'm fucked, right? So he reaches to the back, turns back around. It was a pizza.
Nordic chicks. You know why as well? The Nordic chick's dad isn't even about it. They have no gangsters up there. You steal life savings from a Norwegian chick, she'll go tell her dad, what's he gonna do? Eat a herring? That's it. Oh, that's bad news. Oh. There's no gangsters in Norway. There's no gangsters up there. The only gangsters in Stockholm are Somalians. You can go up to Stockholm, you can run around Sweden and do whatever you want. You can walk into let me tell you something, you can walk into the club, get the best table, and take every single bit of pussy in the club, and not a single Swedish man's gonna say shit to you. I know, because I did it.
You want to know the whole story of how I got rich?
Yeah.
It's a really long story.
Every time.
The point is, I've always had that fire inside of me. I think every man is born with a masculine fire. It's certainly the reason why so many things in history happen. Why would the Romans wake up and look in a random direction and say, let's go over there, whoever's there is kill him? That's inside of men. There's something masculine about conquest, right? That fire has been dampened. It's been dampened by distraction and consumption and all these things. But for me, I think the fact that I was so broke, I couldn't really distract myself. I couldn't consume anything. I couldn't buy anything. Like, so what do? It was either a life of crime or a life of punching people in the face and getting paid for it, so I chose to get paid. People are complaining. There's a new song out, WAP. I think that stands for Wet Ass Pussy. Is that what it stands for? Yeah. So, by Cardi B and some of the other one, the Stallion or some shit.
Beat it up, baby, catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard.
And everyone's complaining about the lyrics. So I listened to the song, I listened to the lyrics. And everyone's saying they're degenerate and they're disgusting. That's what women want. WAP, is a sex manual for men. She's telling you exactly how to fuck so that women don't leave you and don't cheat on you. So if you listen to these lyrics and you're like, oh, I can't believe she said what? Oh my God, and you're offended by it. Well, then you're a little bitch. That's why your girl cheats on you, you little homo. I was listening to it going, yeah, obviously. Well, I was like, duh. That's what they want. That's what they've always wanted. I had a man message me, a man emailed me saying that he was going to kill himself. His email was so short that I believed him. Subject was, I'm going to kill myself. And the thing is, I know you won't reply. I'm going to kill myself. I don't know what to do. That was the email. And I sat there and said, listen, my friend, I get a lot of emails. I don't know how serious you are. I want you to make me a promise. I'm going to guess that you're not in the best physical condition you could be in. I want you to make me a promise that you're going to get a six-pack first and send me a picture of you with a six-pack. If you still feel like killing yourself after that, I don't know you. I can't tell you what to do. But I want you to get a six-pack first. Start training. By the time he started sending me physique updates of him in a better condition, he started sending me huge emails of apology and thank you, saying you saved my life. I can't believe I was thinking of killing myself. You can't believe he changed. When I was 23, I was dating a ballerina. Shoot to see, but men keep doing it. I don't think most women can actually genuinely understand how lonely the majority of men are. And you need to truly understand, if you're Joe Schmo, average in nearly every way, in Starbucks working, you ain't getting a DM ever. You girls will never be lonely. As much as you might be unhappy with the possible suitors, you can at least fuck about and flirt if you feel sad. There are men out here in the world who have genuine loneliness. And I can prove this statistically. Why do you think it's all the men killing themselves compared to the women?
What do you think your father would say to you right now? And what do you think he would say to your brother?
That's a really good question. If he were to come back to life for a day, I don't think we'd waste much time talking about the Matrix and why they're doing it. I think he already had an innate understanding of that because of how he lived his life and how he was attacked. It would just be how I'm dealing with it personally and how I'm using it to my advantage. The moves on the chessboard. They've tried to destroy me from every angle. I'm a Tate. This is going to backfire. They pushed that pawn, and I'm about to fucking wreck them. And my father was very, very family oriented. The other thing he'd be very, very big about is talking about me and my brother and making sure that we have progeny and raising them correctly. He made it very clear to me for a very long time, the most important thing you can do is have children. It's the link to the... He told us that.